Hi, this is Michael Rasmussen, and I've got something really important to tell you. First, though, let me introduce myself if you don't already know who I am. I've been in business online for years now. Without tooting my own horn too much, let me just say that my own business is successful at a level I didn't quite dream of when I started. Along the way, I've developed a reputation as somebody who helps beginners get started online. And I can say from experience that beginners face two challenges that make the others look like a walk in the park. They're convinced that long-term online wealth comes from having a mailing list, but they don't know how to build one. And if they have a list, they don't know how to make money with it consistently. I've talked to literally hundreds of people just starting out, and those two things confuse nearly all of them at some point. The point I try to get across to them all the time is that both challenges exist for the same reason. People focus on the wrong thing when they're building their online business. I see this all the time. People come to me asking for help about how to make a pretty website, for example. That's the wrong focus. Sure, you need a website, but there are absolutely ugly websites out there making millions of dollars every year, and it's not because they'll win any design awards. What I'm going to do in this short video is tell you what you should be focusing on. Then I'm going to tell you how I'll help you do that. Frankly, I'm a busy guy and I can't be a personal coach for everybody, so I've come up with a way that I can essentially put myself on your computer to tell you how to grow your online business. It's easy and so inexpensive that just about anybody can afford it. More on that in a minute. For now, let's get back to what you should be focused on. Everybody with an online business wants a mailing list full of people who buy almost on command. The dream is that you'll spend a half an hour or less writing an email, send it to tens of thousands of people with the press of a button, and watch the money roll in. Sounds great, right? Yes, it does, but most people shoot themselves in the foot right at the beginning. Notice where I said the process starts, with a mailing list full of people who buy. You need to focus on cramming your list full of buyers. Think about what that really means. Suppose you have a list of 100,000 people. That's pretty big, isn't it? Most aspiring online marketers would kill for a list of that size, but that's because they're missing the point. What if your list of 100,000 people is full of subscribers who never buy anything? Imagine setting up a display in front of a store that gets 5,000 visitors a day. Suppose you're there to tell people about your fantastic product that will change their lives, make them rich, fix their car, or whatever it is. All they have to do is step up to the table and buy their own. That's a lot of people, and getting in front of that many people is probably any salesman's dream. Let's say you talk for hours and tell anybody within earshot how wonderful your gizmo is, but nobody ever steps up to the table. What good did it do you that 5,000 people heard your sales pitch? Absolutely no good at all. You might as well have been talking to plants. That's exactly what a big list full of subscribers is like. They might read the emails you send, but they never take action. They just sit there. The funny thing is, there are people out there right now with lists of 10,000 people, or 5,000 people, or even 500 people who clobber other marketers with much bigger lists. That's because they focused on the right thing, getting buyers on their lists. When they send an email, people buy, and those marketers get to live the dream. Think back to two common challenges I mentioned before. People don't know how to build a list, and if they have one, they don't really know how to profit from it consistently. Attracting buyers is the answer to both problems. It's really that simple. If you can attract people who buy, they're much more likely to buy from you when you send them an email in the future. Okay, but now the first challenge is a little different. You need to know how to build a list of buyers, not just subscribers who sit there and do nothing most of the time. But how do you get those buyers on your list? I created my Get More Buyers course to help you learn how to do exactly that. Let me tell you briefly how the course works. Over the past few years, I've discovered that people learn better from video. There's something about how the brain works that makes seeing something a better way to learn it. So I created a roughly 1-hour video to show you how to cram your list full of buyers who will give you the lifestyle you've always wanted. I'll start by giving you some concepts related to online business that I'll bet you've never heard before. For example, do you know the two consistent mistakes people just getting started online make? I'll tell you what they are and how to avoid them. Once you know that, you'll be set up for some serious profits. Then I'll walk you through how to manage your lists and migrate people from buying relatively inexpensive things to buying things with 4 and 5-figure price tags that'll buy you a house. This is the secret formula that the big names of online marketing use, and they rake in the massive piles of cash you've heard rumors about. I'll even give you a quick and easy way to create your own information products to get the ball rolling. This scares a lot of people to death, but it's easier than you ever thought. In just a few minutes of video, I'll tell you exactly how to do it without having to start from scratch, and you can probably get it done in less than a week. Then you can focus on adding buyers. Speaking of that, I'll give you 10 complete strategies for finding buyers and convincing them to join your list. Here's where the course gets very interesting and why you should be perched over the order button when this thing launches. I'm not just going to tell you how to get people to buy your products. I'm going to tell you how to make that happen, of course, but I'm going to go way beyond that. I'm also going to tell you how to steal buyers from other marketers and have them thank you for it. Really, what could be better? Once you know the insider tricks I'll show you, you'll be able to let other marketers do the work of finding buyers for you. Then you can just siphon some of them off right onto your own lists. Easy as pie. I won't reveal the strategies here. Only people who sign up for the course get that privilege, but I will tell you how powerful some of this stuff is. Remember, I use these techniques all the time myself, which has people I do joint ventures with saying things like this. Thanks, Michael, for showing people how to build buyer lists that produce like yours do, and for proving that you know what you're talking about. I just have one question. Does your list always buy on command? I bet I know the answer. That's from Chris X of the Day Job Killer fame. Here's another one. Michael has found the online marketing goldmine, a hyper-responsive list packed with eager buyers. That's why I always want him promoting any product I release. With results like his, I'd be foolish not to want him on board. We both get paid very well when he is. And that's from Jimmy D. Brown of MemberNair.com and many other websites. And those are just 2 of my partners. They all love the results that I give them, and I'll show you the techniques that I use to make them happy. I'll tell you the magic price you can stick on an easy-to-create information product that will have people pounding your sales page and almost begging for the order button. It's a little crazy how well this works, but it's actually based on powerful psychological triggers that all buyers have in common. Then I'll tell you an easy place to find buyers who are so insanely interested in buying stuff that all you have to do is put something in front of them and you'll sell out. You can get to these folks for almost no cost to you. This one technique has literally started million-dollar businesses. Even better, I'll tell you how raising your price in a certain way and on a certain schedule can actually get more people to buy your product. Maybe that sounds nuts, but it's true. And I'll give you 3 techniques for doing it that you can implement in just a few hours, and that's if you take your time doing it. I'll also show you how to take the sale you just made and increase the money you made from it by 50% or more. That's right. I said you can take a sale that you already made and make half again as much money from it, and it takes barely any effort at all. In fact, I'm a little embarrassed about how much money I left on the table by not using this technique sooner. It's easily tens of thousands of dollars. But I said I'd show you how to ethically steal other people's buyers. That's the great part of the course. You're not actually stealing, you're simply making it in another marketer's best interest to give you some of his buyers. You both win. This technique is so easy, you could start seeing front-end profits within a week and watch your buyer list double or even triple in size within 1 month. And there are 5 other strategies I didn't even mention. If you've struggled to build a list, or if you've always wondered why your list doesn't buy, the Get More Buyers course is exactly what you need. It launches on the date you see on this screen, so be ready to jump on this and start cramming your list full of eager buyers. It'll let you smash through the walls of what's been holding you back.